If you're fascinated by the raw realities of history and survival, what you're about to learn will change the way you see soldiers' ingenuity during World War II. Today's survival manuals often skip over one of the most crucial tricks soldiers relied on to endure harsh conditions. Make sure to subscribe to Battlefield of Survival, like this video, and leave a comment with your thoughts, because the details we uncover here are not just history. They are practical lessons you can apply today. Soldiers used the art of improvising shelter to survive extreme conditions. Across the battlefields of Europe and the Pacific, soldiers were forced to endure freezing nights, torrential rain, and minimal supplies. One trick that consistently kept them alive was mastering makeshift shelters using whatever the environment offered: branches, leaves, canvas, or even discarded debris from abandoned structures. They didn't rely on heavy gear or pre-built tents. Survival meant turning the battlefield itself into a refuge. This knowledge is still entirely usable today for anyone who spends time outdoors or needs to survive emergency situations. For example, a soldier in the Ardennes could fashion a lean-to from fallen branches, insulate it with dry leaves, and protect himself from hypothermia with nothing but what the forest provided. World War II soldiers quickly learned that heat loss and dampness were the biggest killers, more dangerous than bullets. The simplest trick was layering and insulating from the ground. A soldier would dig a shallow trench, line it with branches or cloth, and cover himself with a poncho or tarp. Moisture was a silent enemy, and controlling it meant they could last days without succumbing to exposure. Modern survivalists can replicate this immediately. Even in a backyard or forest, insulating yourself from the ground with natural materials drastically improves your endurance in cold or wet conditions. Rationing water and firecraft were intertwined with shelter. Soldiers knew that a small, well-placed fire could dry their gear, heat their rations, and even signal for help without giving away their position. This meant collecting small twigs, preserving dry tinder, and understanding wind direction. Skills ignored by contemporary experts when they teach safe survival indoors or in controlled environments. Today, practicing minimal firecraft while building a makeshift shelter can teach you exactly how soldiers stretch limited resources over days. Finally, soldiers treated every natural resource as a tool. Mud could insulate, leaves could camouflage, and local plants could supplement diet. It wasn't complicated, it was deliberate, observant, and practical. This approach can be applied by anyone interested in wilderness survival or historical reenactments. Observe the surroundings, think like a soldier, and turn what seems ordinary into life-saving solutions. Survival isn't about gadgets or fantasy methods. It's about understanding what the soldiers already perfected under the worst conditions imaginable. By studying these overlooked techniques, you gain both historical insight and actionable knowledge. Don't forget to subscribe to Battlefield of Survival, share this with fellow history enthusiasts, and leave a comment on how you would apply these strategies today.